Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay guys, now today we're going to talk about the truth of moving out. Now, I would really like to know when it was put in our brains that, you know what, we need to move out, we should move out, all those things. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know that growing up, everyone, that's kind of the same age as me, at some point before you turn 18, or even, when you turn 18, everyone wants to move out. Everyone wants to have their freedom. Everyone wants to do whatever they want to do. But no one thinks ahead and realizes that life is going to hit you, it's going to hit you hard, and no one is going to be there to tell you that, yep, this is what life is every day. Anyway, so I'm going to point out a few things that I think is pros and cons of moving out. And, at the end of the day, we mustn't forget that life is a beautiful journey and it is fun. Life is fun, and there is going to be times that it's going to be hard, obviously. I think even before moving out, being a teenager, being a young adult, these different experiences that you go through in life, and obviously every kind of milestone in your life or every year is gonna be different. So obviously you can't compare your younger self to like a young adult, and probably even when you're 30 or whatever, you can't compare your experiences because certain things happen in life and to you it's a big deal, and then 2-3 years down the line, or even 10 years down the line, you look back and you're like, that was not even probably a fraction of the hassle of life. But anyway, firstly, I just want to start by saying, when you move out, you are going to experience a lot of freedom. And I think everyone's upbringing is different, and everyone experiences, I think, freedom in a different way before you move out. But when you move out, there's a different kind of freedom. No one is there to tell you what to do. You kind of can do what you want. But at the end of the day, life is going to continue, and at some point you're going to realize that you have to take charge of your life, and you have to do and make decisions and actually stick with what you have said. What kind of like decisions you've made and what you've said that you're going to do, because at some point there's a lot of responsibilities that you're going to have to take on, and you can't always go back home every time when something happens, because at some point your life is going to evolve and things are going to change. Like I said before, when you get older and life evolves, and that's a beautiful thing, and that's, I think, just the beauty of growing older, I guess, and being more mature, or getting more mature. And having a lot of freedom teaches you a lot of things. Obviously, I think to enjoy life, it also teaches you how to appreciate, I think, what you had at home, definitely. And also, I think, appreciating yourself. Sometimes when you move out, I think, I don't know for everybody else, but it is a little bit scary when you move out, because on one hand it's very exciting, and everyone's moving out story is different. Sometimes you move out because you're going to university, sometimes you move out because you want to start working. So it really does depend, I think, on your goal and reason to move out. But yes, it can be very scary when you move out, and very exciting at the same time, and I think generally life is like that, whether you're moving out, whether you're going to a new job, or whether you're going to kind of like do something that you're very scared of, or facing your fears. That's a very exciting and scary thing to experience, but at the end of the day, you're going to realize that you're capable of doing those things, and you're capable of overcoming them. And I think that's a very, very exciting thing when you think of it as a whole, when you think life is in a whole. So definitely we're going to experience freedom, and I think we're definitely going to appreciate more of what we had at home, I think. But at the same time, you're going to experience and appreciate the experiences you also gain from life. So yeah, anyway, moving on. I already mentioned this, but you're gonna have more responsibilities. Yes, you're gonna have to pay your bills. You're gonna have to make sure that you have a routine or some sort of schedule, because obviously when you start working, or even if you're studying, there's certain things that has to happen in the day, in the week. There's deadlines, all those kind of things, and you're going to have to take care of wherever you're staying. I feel like obviously we had chores and whatever at home, but obviously taking care of your own little place and making sure that you are keeping it neat and clean and cooking and woo, all those things, it's quite an adjustment, because I remember talking to my mom and telling her that, oh my gosh, like, I know cooking and cleaning is like one of the two smallest things, I think, when you think of life and when you think of moving out and when you think of all the different fun things and adventures you're going to have. But I think a lot of the times, obviously, we take a lot of things for granted, or we just don't appreciate them that much, or don't think about them that much, because we're like, obviously, yes, mom and dad cooks, or mom cooks, and you sometimes cook at home, or you wash the dishes, or whatever the case is. But when you have to do that every day and work out a schedule that works out for you, because come guys, we can't be eating out every day, every week. First of all, that's not healthy. Maybe you're gonna be able to do that in the beginning because it's easy to get away with it, but at some point I feel like our bodies are gonna give in, and you want healthy food, you want cooked food, you want a good home cooked meal. And I think that's one of the difficult things adjusting to, is definitely cooking, managing your money. And if you want to have some tips, there's 2 videos I have uploaded about money, so they'll be on the description below. But yes, adjusting to that can be quite difficult or quite tricky in the beginning, because you're going to have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and what's the best way to kind of get through every month. And you'll be able to do it, don't worry. But it is going to take a bit of adjustment, and yeah, that's okay. Anyway, the next point is money doesn't grow on trees. Now, obviously that kind of is involved with the point I just made, is that you're gonna have to learn how to manage your money. Whether you're working part-time or full-time, like I said before, everyone's kind of story is different, and that's okay, that's good. Some people get a little bit of money from their parents when they move out because of maybe studies, and some people have to move out and start working part-time, full-time, doesn't matter. But either way, you're going to have to manage your money. I feel like when you wanted clothes, when you wanted shoes, a lot of the time is like, okay, mom and dad, I don't have this, or your parents would obviously see that you're kind of like lacking certain things, and they will make a plan to give that to you. But I think, realizing that, okay, I need this pair of shoes, not I want this pair of shoes. That's definitely 2 different things, need and want. And that's one big thing that you're going to have to identify with, is that, okay, do I need to go out and eat, or do I want to go out and eat? A lot of the times, and I can say for myself that I've fallen into this trap, a lot of the times is that you want to go out to eat because it's just the easiest thing to do, but you have food at home. Yes, you have food at home. So cook at home. I was talking to another friend of mine on the phone, and we were like remembering back in the day when it was so nice to like have a little bit of pocket money, and then you go out to eat and all that, and it doesn't affect you as much because you have nothing or no responsibilities as such to pay, like your bills or anything like that. So I think at the end of the day, realizing that it is okay to want things, but if you have a budget, if you have a specific amount of money, you have to realize what are the things that you need during the month. If you have to buy your groceries, if that's something that you need to accommodate and pay for yourself, then you have to realize like, okay, maybe I can go out once a month, and maybe the rest of the month I just have to eat in, eat at home and cook. And you can easily do like prep meals as well. So that is something that you can think of, and I think that's definitely something that has worked for me as well. I don't do it every week. I don't prep food every week because we have to work and life moves on very fast. But that is definitely something you can do, is prep food and just adjust. Obviously we have the internet as an advantage to just kind of also Google some tips. Obviously ask your mom, your dad what they did when they were younger, just to kind of get some tips and tricks, the easiest way to do things, because we're not working harder, we're working smarter. But anyway guys, I hope this video helped you guys. In the comments below, please let me know what has been working for you, or what you've been doing so far when you've moved out. And even obviously if it's been like a long time since you moved out originally, just let me know on your stories as well. That would be really interesting to hear. See you guys next time. Bye.